Elizabeth Warren is trying to break up big tech companies like Amazon, Google, and Facebook because, in a sense, they're too big to fail, and they have way too much influence over the American people. Now, she decided to run a petition on a Facebook ad calling for the breakup of Facebook. And some things went downhill, and so from here I want to share a story from Politico. It says Facebook backtracks after removing Warren ads calling for Facebook breakup. Facebook removed several ads placed by Senator Elizabeth Warren's presidential campaign that called for the breakup of Facebook and other tech giants. But the social network later reversed course after Politico reported on the takedown, with the company saying it wanted to allow for robust debate. The ads, which had identical images and text, touted Warren's recently announced plan to unwind anti-competitive tech mergers, including Facebook's acquisition of WhatsApp and Instagram. Three companies have vast power over our economy and our democracy: Facebook, Amazon, and Google, read the ads, which Warren's campaign had placed Friday. We all use them, but in their rise to power, they've bulldozed competition, used our private information for profit, and tilted the playing field in their favor. A message on three ads said, "This ad was taken down because it goes against Facebook's advertising policies." A Facebook spokesperson confirmed the ads had been taken down, but said the company is in the process of restoring them. So now that you know what happened, let me give you guys my commentary. I have mixed feelings about this. Here's my suggestion. Elizabeth Warren wants to run ads about breaking up Facebook. Facebook doesn't want to run those ads. That actually makes sense. I don't think we should be mad at Facebook for taking down those ads. Right? Like, same thing with Google. You wouldn't run Google ads that say, let's take down Google. Google has a fiduciary responsibility to make sure that those ads don't run. Now, I know a lot of people would suggest that this exploits the fact that Google and Facebook and Amazon already have too much power. And so it's incredibly difficult to advertise to people to sign such a petition. And Facebook is reversing its decision, which is great. I just don't think they needed to do that, though. I think there are other ways of going around this. So I'm kind of going to have to side with Facebook here. I think that's great that they restored them, but if they didn't, I honestly probably would have defended them, because they kind of have a fiduciary responsibility to do so. And let me give you guys another analogy of where I've done this before. For example, Amazon paid zero taxes. Blue Cross Blue Shield paid zero taxes last year, in fact. I just did a story on this. They got a $1.7 billion refund. Is that Blue Cross Blue Shield's fault? Not really. Not really, because if you think about it, if you were the CEO, you would do the same thing. If you were offered zero taxes plus a $1.7 billion refund, I'm going to be sitting there thinking, yeah, I kind of like that. Right? So we can't blame the people who are taking advantage of those policies. You have to blame the person who put the policies in there in the first place. In that case, it would be Donald Trump. So I would actually defend Blue Cross Blue Shield. I would attack Trump in that scenario. And in this scenario, you're trying to run ads against Facebook on Facebook. It's hard to blame Facebook for taking down those ads, considering they have every right to do so. It's their platform. You're running ads on the very platform that you're trying to get rid of. Imagine going on CNN and saying, I want to run ads against CNN on CNN. Now, CNN is desperate for money, so they might do it. But if they didn't, I would be like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. If you want to go against CNN, why don't you run ads on Fox or MSNBC? Like, you're not going to be able to attack the monster by using the monster, right? That doesn't make any sense. You have to go about it a different way. And Bernie Sanders had to do this to a large extent. He had to garnish his support by hand, essentially. He had to gain political influence. And here's the thing, Elizabeth Warren doesn't have a lot of political influence like Bernie Sanders does. Yeah, she's fairly popular. She gets some attention. But unfortunately, she does random stuff that just make people not like her. For example, she ran like this, I think it was I think it was on Facebook, the video of her drinking a beer, which made her so much more like of a commoner. And it's like, no, Elizabeth Warren, listen, you can't just like drink a beer and thank your husband for being in your own house and be like, I'm a commoner, right? AOC can do that because she's a commoner. She's someone like the middle. She represents the middle class in a sense because she was the middle class. She was a bartender. So it's really hard to support Elizabeth Warren in this case because I think she's playing political moves in ways that are not really smart. And she's been doing this for years now. Kind of drives me nuts. And she keeps doing stuff that just like, come on, you're playing political calculations in ways that are trying to get you to become more popular. But she needs to realize that what makes Bernie Sanders so popular is that he runs on policies that Americans support. And that's it. Full stop, period, at the end of that sentence. Elizabeth Warren doesn't do that. She tries to run different moves like DNA tests, prove that she's Native American, despite the fact that, Trump used that to his advantage. Like, there are a lot of things that Elizabeth Warren does, and I think we need to recognize that this is one of those things that she could have done a little bit of a better job with.